Hello everyone, and welcome back to the island of Alki, where we've got spots, spit snouts, fangs, and amazing diversity among our genetics going on with so many of our creatures here. It has been a little while. I just wanted to let you guys know I have not forgotten about Niche. I am still as in love with it as ever. You guys have been sending in some amazing fan art lately too, which is really just blown me away. And the only reason we haven't had so many episodes is because I have been kind of dragging my feet waiting, and we'll go ahead and gather up some of the berries while we wait. Oh, there's a little bear. Oh, can I get the bunny? I don't think that bunny is going to go anywhere or it's going to move any closer. So, all right, we'll just kind of keep an eye out on where that bunny could be. But I have been dragging my feet because I have been waiting for the updates. That's actually what's been happening. I have been waiting for the updates to come to the game. And so far, the timeline says that they hope to have the updates this October. It's getting a little bit further into October. Ah, we don't have anybody who can get that guy. Ah, phooey. It's getting a little bit further into October and we still don't have anything. But I'm not going to despair. Sometimes the roadmap to creating a new game updates takes a little while. But I just wanted to explain where we've been. And then also, if you guys have been keeping up on my Twitter, you know that we've had a second minor house fire in the basement. When it turns out it wasn't our old dryer that caused the house fire a couple weeks ago, it was actually the fact that they did not clean out the dryer vents. And so we had just a tiny little house fire. It was still exciting enough, and there's a new bunny, got you. But it was definitely still exciting enough to keep us distracted for a little while. So it definitely took up some time, and I apologize that we haven't been able to have as many updates as I really wanted. Oh my gosh, there's so many bunnies everywhere. But we're back in, so that aside, hopefully there's going to be no more house fires and everything will move smoothly. Let's go ahead and maybe move over here. Alright, might as well start exploring on this side, I guess. Oh, and there's one of the little bunnies. Okay, and maybe we'll do a little bit of exploring around here so we can see if the bunnies show up in this area. Alright, we've actually got a lot of food thanks to this rain. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that's what's been going on. So it's not like I've been trying to ignore Niche or ignore you guys or ignore the many amazing people who have said that you have been relaxing with Niche. And thank you so much for letting me know, you guys. It's been really fantastic to see how many people say that you really enjoy it, that it really helps you kind of set the pace for your day. A lot of people seem to be doing their homework to it, which I thought was pretty amazing. All right, nothing over here, but we did a little bit of exploring. I wonder, what about Rhea here? Should I move her out to help out with all the bunnies that are over here, maybe? Ooh, okay, so we'll move her out here, and then I'm actually going to move her down here, even though I know that bunny's probably not going to come back. And we're going to leave her there, just in case we can snag some of the buns there. And then, unfortunately, we did have the death of our old ones. Oh, that's so sad. I'm so glad they were able. Vanku, I'm so glad you and your mate were able to have, like, the last baby. But I am so sad he lost his mate. That was quite tragic. So we'll probably have Anasisi here, who has already had a couple of really amazing ones. And Kira Duke go ahead and have some more babies. So I'll move her over here. Or, no, I was supposed to move her over there. I thought I had her clicked because I saw I had spots clicked. Ah, phooey. All right, but we're going to jump back in, you guys. So yeah, I apologize. There hasn't been any Niche. The whole reason there hasn't been is because I've been waiting for the updates. They're not out yet, but that's okay. We've got plenty to enjoy until then. And it looks like I need more berries. We're starting to get some more berry bushes. Alright, but let's just dive back into it, you guys. So yeah, alright, let's go. I'm really excited. No, Vanku, I'm going to miss him. Oh no, why are you getting sick? And look at the baby! Alright, so we have a new baby straight off of Duke-ta. So, Kira Duke has had a couple children who look a lot like him, and they look pretty amazing. Kiro here, who actually has really good movement now that I see it. So, little Kiro, you've also got the ability to help pick berries. So let's go ahead and move you over here. And you can help out. Oop, I see some bunnies. I'm going to move this guy on top of the bunny burrow, and we'll kind of, oh no, of course the bunnies are going to move closer to us just as we do that. We'll kind of clear an area. So we're starting to clear a path to the left over here, and we want to have that path wrap all around the island. So yeah, I mean, look, we've got a swamp to explore, we have a savanna to explore, we have a forest to explore, so we've still got, oh my gosh, a predator! I didn't expect that. Oh, what am I gonna do? Okay. Am I gonna get out of his way? I might go ahead and try to get out of his way and hope he won't chase us down. We don't really have anybody. We do have Cisco I might have her start kind of moving over here. And then, oop, there's a bunny. So let's go ahead and get this bunny really quickly. And I might have this guy actually try to get out of the predator's way for right now. So we know where he's at, and we know where we want to get to try to get to him. So we need to take that predator out, but better to move some of my tougher fighters, like the one with venomous fangs, over to take that predator out than lose them. All right, let's go ahead and gather up these berries because we're starting to run a little bit low. We want to keep an eye on all of the bunny bushes, or the bunny burrows. Yes, like that. Going on over there. So she can stay here. I'll have her kind of keep an eye on this area. Let's see, no bunnies over here. So I really should probably go ahead and move Kuvan to help us out with some better bunny spots, but we'll look into that in just a second. We'll move this girl over here because it seems like there's a lot of bunnies that we end up chasing out this direction. And then Kitavan, oh man, he's got the really cool fangs. He's got some pretty cool looks. We're going to have to try to remember everybody. That's kind of the problem when you take a break from this with no family trees yet. You're like, wait, what was happening? And you guys, by the way, we have had some amazing family trees submitted over to our fan mail too. So I hope you guys can like take a second to check those out. I'll try to make sure I link the family tree in the video description because it was pretty darn amazing. And the artwork that you guys are sending in, I am just so tickled that there's like fan art coming in for all of this. This is really amazing. Let's gather that up, and these two can kind of explore in that direction. And Cuckoo here, we were going to have him just sort of push a little bit deeper, and we can kind of have him explore. Darn, there's no bushes or anything. We'll go down along the back over here because sometimes we'll find some bushes in the forest. So we'll see if we can find any bushes in the forest. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move Anasisi over. Oh. Bunny action! We've got some bunnies! Yes! Alright, we've got some food over here too. No bunnies at all down here, so I really should move some of them so that we can hopefully find some more bunnies because it's a little bit fruitless right now just having them all perch over here. Van, you're pretty adorable. Oh, that's pretty good. Look, Van has venomous, he's got strength, and he's got speed. So we'll probably move him around in a little bit too. But yeah, what we might start doing, you guys, is we might kind of go in spurts. We'll kind of focus on trying to finish up one of our goals for the islands and then like wait 2 or 3 days, and if nothing happens after we finish that goal, we'll do another little mini goal that we'll make up for ourselves. But I want to make sure we don't miss out on the updates, but I also, if I wait too long sitting there going, oh, maybe tomorrow will be the update, then I forget what we're doing because we currently don't have it set up so that we can see the family tree. So I have to kind of take a minute to remember who's related to who, and that can really cause some problems. All right, and Koisi here, let's see, A and F immunity, and then F and D, B and G. You know what? Let's have her have a baby with Kuvan. Kuvan, Kosi, let's have you two decide to have a child. I think that would make an interesting mix. So we're going to just go ahead and move her there. Oh, I shouldn't have bothered moving her. I thought that she'd be able to get the berry for some reason. See what I mean? You take just a couple days to have a house fire and be a little bit distracted, and the next thing you know, you can't remember. You can't remember how to fight all your creatures. That's a problem. All right. Let's see. And Isla, should I move you around? We might move her around. I feel like Kuvan's not doing too terribly much down here, so I'm going to move him up here for now. He can at least gather up that berry. And then we do have the Carnivore that we need to keep an eye out for over here. That's right. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and just continue sort of exploring with Rogue here for just a second because we can push in. Yes! We found a nest. Okay. So then what happens is we'll have her sort of come down behind him and explore the area. There we go. So that creatures can move really quickly over to this zone. So actually, I need to connect up these two zones. So I'm going to have him do a little exploring right there and then where he's at. And then anybody with movement can zip over here without getting slowed down by the tall grasses. So here we go. Now we're starting to get into the flow of things again. All right. And it may not be the most logical flow of things, but at least we're having a good time. And then Miri up here. Miri, I wonder if there's somebody up here who I can have you have a baby with, who you're not too closely related to. All of these guys are starting to get a little bit closely related, so I should probably send Miri down, and we might try to find Miri a mate like Kirduku. Kirduku might move up, and he might meet with Miri, and they might have some interesting babies. I I miss our pair with Van Duku, I think was his name. I really miss him and his mate because they had such amazing diverse babies. So we'll just have to keep an eye out to see if we can get another awesome breeding pair like that. All right, so let's not forget we do have a carnivore we need to track down over here. Oh my gosh! What? You guys, what happened here? What just happened? There's a carnivore in the hole, you guys. I don't know what to make of this. I'm just gonna, I guess I'll attack him a few times. He's just in this hole over here. I'm really not sure what I'm supposed to do about that. What is going on? I don't know what to do about that. There's a carnivore in a hole in the ground. Did he fall into a pit? Are there pits? Can that happen? Is that a thing that happens? I'm not familiar with it, but wow. Okay, hopefully he's poisoned because we did have one of our venomous fangs attack him. And all right, I know there's a bunny over there. I'm trying to get to it. Let's go ahead and explore that spot and just wait in case the bunny wants to come out. And then we'll have to start moving everybody around. And Kitavan, A and D immunity. I just want to make sure we have Van. I want to make sure we kind of keep just one line of the antlers, and I want to make sure we keep the venomous fangs going. Lassie here, A and F immunity. I think I might send Lassie over to be mates with Kuvan as well, because Kuvan's getting a little bit old. Dukta, let's get you out of the way. And then, you know what? Let's scooch a few of these creatures around a little bit. So I'm going to move... Where should I move you, little guy? Van, you probably need to help out with the bunnies. So we'll send you... Wow, he really could help out with the bunnies. He moves so quickly. All right, we'll move him over there. And then I'm actually going to move these two over so they can kind of take over this nest and they can be in charge of this area. I'm going to move Kosi over here. I'm going to move Lassie over here. Lassie's got big body, and I actually think she has a really fascinating mane. So we'll see how we can work with her. And then, oh, Kosi, are you already expecting? She is already expecting. I totally forgot we already got her pregnant. All right, so we'll have to just wait there. New Van, you work on that. And then we need to explore these spots just to make sure we open that up for faster travel. I don't know what we're going to do about the carnivore in a hole. That's kind of an interesting situation that we've gotten ourselves into there. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and gather up more of these. And you can collect those. And no bunnies getting closer to me on this side. So I'm going to have Dukta go ahead. Whoops, I wanted to have him go in. Darn. You have to be careful when you're trying to do your expeditions going deep into the wilderness. All right. Oh, and I'm almost out of food. Got to be a little bit more careful with that food. Let's see. Mary, you go ahead and we'll have you wait to have a mate come on up. And let's see what we can manage. We'll hold our explorers over here still for a second. And let's see what we can manage with this carnivore in a hole, you guys. Because I'm not really sure what to do about him. No, don't you dare attack her. Cisco, hang in there. You've got him. All right, we got him. What is this spot? That is so weird. I don't think I've ever run into a spot like that. Is it quicksand? Can you have quicksand in the swamp? That's so interesting. There's a nest right here. Maybe I'll let them have a baby. I'm not sure. A and F, I think they're too closely related. B and A, there's not really a reason to let them have a baby, but we do have a nest right here. What kind of moves do they have? Well, she does have venomous fangs, actually. And that would be kind of nice to see passed on. So let's see. I think I'll go ahead then. And then he can be in charge of that berry bush. And we'll gather up this. I want to make sure we discover the berry bush too, so we don't lose track of it. Oh. A bunny. Gotcha. Oh no! Our bunny burrow sitter has gone. She has passed away of old age. So I'm going to have Anacora move on top of the bunny burrow. No wonder the bunnies popped out. I wonder if the bunnies don't come out of the bunny burrows if you're sitting right on top of them. Also, uh-oh. Kitavan. Where's the shaking? Alright, right over here. Let's move towards it a little bit. Alright, doesn't look like anything's over here. It doesn't, yeah, they're starting to explore. Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. Okay, so that's just a bunny right there. Yeah, Kitavan's just next to a bunny. Hopefully that means we're close to a berry bush over there. All right, and we'll move over here. But yeah, I apologize if I seem a little distracted, you guys. It's been a bit of a week, and it really is hard to slip back in and just remember like who's who and what's going on. And babies! I totally forgot we were about to have a whole line of babies. So here we have Dukira. Yes, and we've got the venomous fangs passed on. Wonderful. Lassie, you've had a beautiful baby. And look at that. He's got the yellow fur. I think she actually has yellow fur too, and it looks really good on her. And I'm noticing, especially with the yellow furs, if you mix like yellow and white, then you have different shades. Because right here we have yellow and yellow. Right here we have white and yellow, and you can kind of tell the difference. And then if you look over here, we have the yellow and red. And so you have different hues across all of the different coats. And I hadn't really noticed it before, like I hadn't put two and two together. But it's really interesting to see how there's so many different shades within the same family. So hopefully we'll be able to continue that on. So we have a little boy. Oh, and he's got a brown mane. Do we have any brown manes yet? We've got a couple brown manes. So I wonder if the brown mane is just running strong alongside with our venomous fang line. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that. All right, and I think I'm going to make them wait to have another baby. Might wait and just hold everybody still where they are because the females are already sitting on top of the nest, which is a good thing. That little guy can move down to help out with the berries. Let's see, we've gathered up pretty much as many berries as we can around here. Oh no, and we lost our little old explorer. Aw, Konasi, that's so sad. You lost your companion. She might have to continue on. We'll explore his grave at least. So she's probably going to explore this section a little bit. There's a beach area. I still feel like this is quicksand or something that just showed up out of the blue. That was very interesting. And then, let's see. We do have Ananame, and she's a pretty good fighter, but she has, well, that's Miri. Let's see, F and B immunity. Ananala. Yeah, I'm trying to think about who I would start breeding up if I bred some more up together. Let's see. Isla, G and D immunity, B and G, B and D. Let's see, B and D. Oh, we have two Islas, that's right. F and F immunity with Riri, B and F. Then we have F and D with Kirduku. Alanala, F and D. Yeah, we're starting to get to the point where somehow, I think because it's a little hard to keep track of the family trees, we're starting to see a few pieces like A and B. I probably need to bring Anacora up and get some more A and B immunity genes mixed into our family group because I don't see a lot of B. Like there's a few B, but they're really among the older females, aren't they? So yeah, we might pull up Anacora and have her just sit in this nest. And then we'll see, let's see, there's Isla. We'll try to find a good mate for Anacora who doesn't have A and B immunity. G and D. So Van, guess what? You're gonna come back over here and we'll have him kind of explore a loop over so that he can come and be her mate. Because otherwise I'm a little worried we're going to start running out of the bee immunity. And we need to make sure we keep our immunity options as open as possible. That bunny is so being sassy. Alright, and there's nothing over here that I can see that's worth exploring. Alright, and we're out of food points. So let's go ahead. Wait again. The rain has stopped, so hopefully it'll come back soon. Oh, bunny! Bunnies! Who to go for first? This one. And we'll gather up the food. Bunnies! Yes! Bunnies everywhere! Gather up the food. Sweet. Alright. Maybe there's a berry bush. There's a nest! Yes, bunny! Alright, gather up the food. Oh my gosh, bunnies all over the place! Yes! Nice! Not as much food for just having like offed so many bunnies as I would have thought. But at least we've got a little bit of food. Alright, and I'm a little worried about this. Also, I have a pregnant female that I need to put on the nest, don't I? So we'll move her there. You can be in charge of all these berries. You can gather up this berry, little guy. And then, is there anything? I don't think there's anything we haven't really explored item-wise over here. She can come over here. I don't see any nest. Oh, there's a bunny though. But it's always a good idea to explore all the grass around the nest so you don't have a predator just show up out of the blue and decide to try to eat you and your family. All right, we might kind of explore back behind us a little bit so we can make that loop like we were talking about. But yeah, so I think that's what we'll do. We'll just focus on trying to get kind of our loop around the island fully explored. And I really do think I want to see Lassie, A and F immunity genes. She's got some interesting babies. We'll kind of see if Lassie can pass on some of her interesting genetics. And then we've got little Cuckoo New here, who also has F and B And I don't think those are quite as important as they used to be. We'll sort of spread everybody out now. And then who's behind here? So Dukta, A and D immunity. B and A. So A and D might be kind of interesting. Ananame. Maybe we'll have him breed with Ananame. F and D. Because Ananame or... Yeah, we'll get... We're kind of getting to the point where we're just going to start experimenting with who gets to have babies with who. Alright, and then Ronu, B and D immunity. That's pretty good. And he's also got Spit Snout and Poison Fangs. And he's got really good movement, actually. So we might be able to send him out to help out with some of the bunnies, too. So we'll move him down here. Got to keep an eye on the food, but we're okay. And then little Van. Congratulations, buddy. He gets to kind of clear away some of this area and work his way over to Anacora, his new mate. All right, and Anacora is actually a good berry picker, so she can go ahead and pick those berries. And I think Kira Dukdu will move you down here so you can keep an eye on those bunnies. There's a lot of bunnies lately. Is that a bunny? Probably a bunny. Yeah, it's just a bunny. All right, we'll go ahead. Oh, yep, there's the bunny. Go ahead and kind of keep an eye on this. Trying to keep everybody fed is very important. Gather up these. All right, so there we go. Now we know our goal. Now we know our goal, and it is to continue exploring. And I guess I'll just go ahead and explore that spot. Yeah, we'll continue exploring. So that's what our goal will be. We'll try to make a full loop. We found another nest. A full loop around the island, and once we do that, we might wait a day or two and see if the update comes out, and if it doesn't come out within a day or two, then we'll go ahead and we will indulge. We'll dive in and we're just indulge in the next task that we set forth for ourselves, be it breeding something specifically for our different packs, or just starting a new island and seeing what kind of opportunities might await us then. It's always fun to explore a new space, and we're still exploring this space. I feel like now that we're here and we've started exploring it, the island is so much smaller than our old island, but like over in Hoshina, and we will be visiting Hoshina and having children with the toxic hamster soon too. But at the same time, maybe it just feels smaller because our pack just took off this time. So yeah, we'll kind of keep our ear to the ground, and we'll see if the new fancy updates come out soon. And I really can't wait to see where the future of our packs go with them. So please cross your fingers there'll be no more house fires for me to distract me from all of my storytelling duties, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.